All right. Well, hey, Innovate. Welcome to Let's Make a Deal with Drew and Jimmy. I'm Drew Sutton, as you know, and this is
Jimmy Newson.
Jimmy Newson. We're here to talk how do you make a deal at a conference? So, Innovate's amazing. We put a huge amount of energy into bringing just the world class people that you can't meet, diamonds in the rough, people that are busy doing real stuff but don't get out there as much as they should, and to connect us all together. But it doesn't matter if we don't figure out how to actually make a deal happen. So, we're talking, it's probably about a 5-part series. What are different ways you can make a deal work so that everybody understands the verbiage and the language and the stakes at play, so we can get into a deal faster? If we all have the same language, I think we'll understand what each other is saying. So without further ado, let's do another couple sets here. I'm going to turn this one mostly over to you, Jimmy, because I love your views on it. And so, all right, you've met somebody, you've had a virtual coffee with them, maybe you've been on a podcast together, maybe you've tried a quick small deal with them, you kind of structured something. There's kind of a middle ground here. You might just want to buy their stuff. For instance, you have a great price. I think it's $49 at the time of filming. I think it's $49 a month to have an amazing course list of all sorts of stuff. So hint, hint, go take a look at Jimmy's Moving Forward. Is it movingforwardsmallbusiness.com?
Yep.
All right. So I might just want to buy what Jimmy's got, right? That's a simple one. Just buy what he's got. The second thing, and this is where we talk, my clients might want to buy what Jimmy's got. So like Jimmy and I are both in the coaching space, small business, medium business coaching space. It might make sense for me just to sell Jimmy's stuff to my clients. I could spend 2 years and make something that is moderately competitive to it, but Jimmy's poured huge amounts of time. It's well organized. Frankly, it's better organized than I would probably make if I put a similar amount of time into the thing. Why would I try to recreate that when for $49 a month, I could just tack it on to my clients are paying, say, $1,500 a month to $2,500 a month. I could just hide that in their fee and give them a massive amount of value. All right. So now we're talking, it's not really a partnership. This is maybe an affiliate scenario or maybe a vendor scenario. So talk to me, what's the difference between an affiliate or a vendor?
Yeah, an affiliate is pretty straightforward. You other than the fact that you don't have any major connection with that brand. They just have an ability for, if you were to recommend this product and the person buys it, you just get a cut. And most times that's automated. You can sign up on their website sometimes, and then at each time you push that product, so again, someone sells it, you get 30%, you get 50%, you get 20%. So there's no other major commitment. The commitment on the side of the person offering up the affiliate is the more that they have pre-made assets available for you, the easier it becomes for both of you, because no one has time to sit there and figure out how to promote your product. So that becomes one, especially, and it also depends on demand. If you're saying, wow, my audience could really benefit from your product, well, that's the best thing that an affiliate holder could ever hope for, because it's the person who wants to be the affiliate already seeing the value in it, so it's less of a push to get them to do something. People sign up for affiliate deals, opportunities all the time, and they don't do much with them. The vendor relationship takes it a step further. The vendor thing might be, how else can we work with this company offering this service? I've worked with organizations that I do recommend their products, but then they also have a service that I could also engage as well for those who want more than just the tool itself, the product itself. So there's where it could go further, where especially if there's custom pricing, where you're going to have some level of conversation, because it's not just like the affiliate price is probably a standard price. The consulting price for them to come in and help your client with the product might vary depending on how much time and energy that client might need. So that would be kind of more of a vendor scenario. What I typically look at is, how do I build a better relationship with an affiliate that I really like? And that's where, it goes beyond just vendor. It goes into strategic partnerships where I have a strategic partnership with a really amazing tool called SEMrush. And I've been an affiliate of theirs for a long time, recommending their product. But I also do a lot of training programming with them. And sometimes they'll commission me to do something, and then sometimes I'll just do it for free because it benefits me. So that's more
Right.
of a strategic partnership. So sometimes there may be money, there may not be money, but it benefits me because, of course, they have a huge audience that could potentially be members of my community, and it also makes me look good to be associated with them. So in most cases, if I really like the tool, I go beyond just the affiliate relationship because I'm like, there's much more here that we can be doing, and that's far and few between with a lot of these affiliates. And I'm referring to the people who want to be affiliate and sell someone else's product. It usually starts and stops there. I don't go stop there. I'm looking at the potential of how do I help both the people who are using your tool and my audience and people who don't know about your tool get better connected with your tool. And I'm a consultant, so my role is how do I help the person get results through your tool, which
Right.
helps me sell your tool better because I'm focused on results, not just features and benefits.
So there's a couple things I want to highlight about what you're bringing up. The first one is, because it comes up so often that it's almost invisible. When you start affiliating for somebody, there's a substantial amount of training you personally have to go through to know the product intimately. Because it's not enough to be like, oh, I like that one. You should try that. No, when
Mm-hmm.
you're recommending the Mary Kay product, you got to be wearing Mary Kay. You got to
Mm-hmm.
know the whole Mary Kay catalog. You got to like,
Absolutely.
if you've never met an Arbonne or Mary Kay or essential oils person, like they better smell like thieves when they walk through your door. Right? If they don't believe in it, that inauthenticity comes through. Um, One of the things as we were prepping for the show that you brought up was the amount a vendor contract or an affiliate contract can really quickly become an employment contract where
Mm-hmm.
they're telling you, oh, you need to change your messaging to this. You need to do this many numbers of hours of training for us. You do need to do training, but as you're looking at that relationship, you got to ask yourself, am I becoming their employee and they're just whoosh, grabbing a hold of my clients, or is this a true partnership?
Well, and to jump a little bit deeper into that section, because I've actually had that happen to me or try
Yeah.
to happen to me, and I caught it and I go, this is not a strategic partnership. Um, Most affiliates, you can just sign up for it. So they provide the training and then there's nothing else around it. So again, that affiliate partnership on the behalf of the person providing it is pretty weak, you know. Um, and if I decide I like the product and I want to reach out to their team and figure out how we work together, that's where that particular issue will creep in. And I had it come up, and they're like, at the end of it, they're like, well, how many webinars can you do, and how many people can you guarantee on the call? And I'm like, that's not what I'm signing up for. I'm looking for a partnership together. At the end of the day, if this is what you call a partnership, this is me bringing you clients, and I'm not
Right.
being paid for that. And my payment is, well, if they purchase, then you're going to get a 20%, 30%, 40% only if they purchase. But and you might think, okay, well that's okay, but what you're really doing is you're building their brand for them.
Yeah.
You're in those touch points. So even if that person never purchases, you just help introduce that brand to them. And then if you did a second webinar down the line, now and they showed up again, you just created two touch points for this client, for this person. They still haven't bought, but on your dime, or that's your time, your resources, you're continuing to build that brand. And I go, I'm not willing to do that because that's not a strategic partnership. A strategic partnership is both parties have to win. There is
Yep.
no win for me, and it's okay to be to bring that up because that's the whole point of a strategic partnership. We both have to win.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to look at if you want to go beyond that. If and you mentioned about the whole understanding the tool. Like I know the SEMrush tool inside and out, and I think I brought up on the stage because
Yep.
somebody asked me about how do I build a strategic partnership like you have with SEMrush, and I said, by show of hands in the whole room, how many of you use any type of tool to help your client get results? 80% of the room's hands went up. I go, there's your first opportunity for a strategic partnership. I go, at the end of the day, you as a consultant can actually sell that product better than their salespeople. Now, not their best salesperson, but a good majority of them. And the question becomes why? Because I've been in many sales meetings, and it's always focused on benefits and features. We focus on results, and when we focus on results, people don't want the hole in the wall. They want to hang the picture. If you've ever heard that saying. So I said, you need to learn that tool inside and out, just like the Mary Kay thing you talked about. I go, and when you talk to even to their sales team is astonished by the way that you talk about that tool.